live. Hey, hey, 1, 2. There we go. Oh boy, stuff don't be want to act right sometimes. It don't want to be. It don't want to act right. Forgive me. Uh, my equipment didn't want to act right, but I know how to make it act right. It just take a minute. Um, so, all right. How y'all doing? I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Unlike my equipment, it don't want to cooperate, but I guess that's okay. I guess that's okay. Hope everybody's doing good. Uh, all right. I need to get to it. I don't know exactly how long I'm gonna be here, y'all. I know I need to get to. Hold on. And let's get to it. We'll get to it quickly. Good afternoon, Robert. Good afternoon, Robert. Jerica. Jerica says, "Hola, mi familia." Good afternoon. Lewis, representing Sharonville. Good afternoon. He outside chopping wood. I'm not going outside to chop wood, but I got some stuff I had to do in the yard. Good afternoon, Anthony. Anthony representing wood. Lewis is chopping wood. Anthony's representing wood. Um, Phyllis, good afternoon to you. And Preston, good afternoon to you. We got DeWanda in the house. Good afternoon, DeWanda. Good afternoon, Diane. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Tria. Good afternoon. And I get to all of the can't hear. It wasn't my fault. It was the equipment. So I had to reboot. That's what happened. I had to reboot my audio equipment. Forgive me. Um, Nate in the house. Nate says, so I guess nobody went to check on the commission. That's why we need brothers like Champion Pryor and Erman Powell. All right. Um, but L Rock, I'm gonna guess that's how you're pronouncing that. Good afternoon. Thanks for the heads up on the sound. Let's see. Got a few other people telling me that no sound was there. Thank you. Phyllis, good afternoon. My Osha, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Drea, representing Sycamore Township, good afternoon. We got Brenda in the house. Good afternoon, Brenda. And Deborah. Good afternoon, Deborah. Let's see. Nate say, how y'all gonna not check on that 1.6 billion? Did they actually wire the money at one time like promised? How much is left? Who's handling investment? Anybody black making money off the deal? How was first payment? When they look, you encourage people to vote for it. You check up on it. You encourage people to go vote for it. People shouldn't have voted for that. So whatever happens, happens. Whatever happens, happens. If they swindle all the money, then, oh, well, y'all voted for it. Y'all voted for it. I'm not checking up on y'all mess. I might actually check up on it. But I'm not responsible for checking up on y'all mess. And yeah, I'm including you, Nate, in the mess. Because you told people to vote for it. Pamela, good afternoon. Good afternoon. That's about it. That's about it. That's about it. Nate also says, is the city getting more for the trained folks than they were before the sale? Well, you said that the lady that came to the studio and said that that was the case, guaranteed it. You said that she was telling the truth, and you encouraged people to vote for it. So we just have to assume that that's the case. And if not, then it's on those of y'all who chose to make that decision to hold those people responsible. To me, it's like when Lincoln Ware talks about the bad stadium deal. When Lincoln Ware talks about the bad stadium deal, you told people to vote for it. So I hold you responsible. If people are pushing against stuff with legitimate reasons to push against it, and then you come in and you tell the people, in particular the black electorate, to vote for it. It's a good deal. Everything is going to be good. We need this. How are we going to get along without it? It's the best way to do things. I guarantee things is going to be great and da 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 da. Then when it goes through and it falls apart, then you looking at people like, why y'all ain't checking on it? Why y'all ain't checking on it? Y'all told us to vote for it. We said no. Y'all said yes. So the people who said yes, it lays at your feet. Okay, is there still some kind of responsibility, if you want to call it that, to look at whatever the thing is, to monitor it, and try to make sure that it goes well? Sure. But I think uh, the bulk of the responsibility goes to the people who convinced people to vote for it. And when things don't go right, you can't, well, I just said vote for it. I didn't know it was going to go like this, but people said it wasn't a good deal. When people are telling you something's not a good deal and you telling them do it anyway, then yeah, that's you saying everything going to be all right. What? That's your stamp of approval. What do you think a stamp of approval is? So I'm not responsible for that daggone train, the sale of that train, and the way the money get handled. Those people that voted yes can check on that so-called great deal they voted for, and they convinced people to vote for. Now, don't try to, here, you said you didn't want this, but I'm giving it to you anyway. Now you responsible for taking care of it. That's like giving me a puppy that I didn't want for my birthday. I don't want no puppy. It's a lot of responsibility. Well, no, I'm giving you a puppy. Now you're responsible. I didn't want to be responsible for it. Nate says, there's no evidence that it's falling apart. Y'all naysayers have a responsibility to come back and tell people that the promises are becoming reality. Wrong. Wrong. Us naysayers, look, if y'all was right, y'all was right. Y'all believed in it. So y'all the ones who got the responsibility to make sure that it goes the way it's supposed to go. And yeah, y'all can tell us I was right. You got no problem with you saying I told you so. Told y'all this was a great deal. Look at how much extra money we get. And somebody like me, I'll be like, you was right. I didn't believe in it, but you were right. But I'm not going to be running around talking about, hey, is this good? Oh, is that good? Oh, I thought this. No. What's y'all doing? Y'all did it. Y'all take care of it. So yeah, no. It's y'all. John says, it's my birthday. I'm 35. Do you show my comment? Well, I did. I don't show every comment, but you said it's your birthday. I'll throw it up there. Happy birthday, John. John Ross. Happy birthday, John Ross. Happy 35th. Young man. Everybody wish John a happy birthday if you feel like it. I want you to have a happy birthday. Anthony, he's a hater, man. This Anthony guy's a hater. You'd end up murdering the puppy anyway. Then don't give me one. If I don't want one, don't give it to me and then expect me to be responsible for something I didn't want anyway. Give me, here is a full-time job for your birthday that don't pay, that you had to pay. You got to take care of. You got to take time, your money, your energy that you don't want to give. People said Norfolk wouldn't send the entire 1.6 billion. They have a duty to say I was wrong. They wired the money. They don't have a duty to say they were wrong. There's no duty to say you were wrong. Sierra in the house. Good afternoon, Sierra. Good afternoon. This is why the black community is in so much trouble. Bad citizens. Well, I don't know that it's being a bad citizen to not want to vote for something that you don't believe in. And are you asserting that only black citizens are bad? Because there's a lot of bad white citizens. I don't know, Nate. You changing on me, man. We're going to have to get together. We're going to have to get together. Just like do like a weekend detox where you can't, uh, watch no stuff that paints black people in a bad light. And you can't watch no like pro-white stuff and all that kind of stuff. Like we got to get you back where you like black people are fundamentally good people. The black community is fundamentally a good community. We got to get you back. Get you back. But that's not what I wanted to talk about today. I do have one or two topics. A few people saying happy birthday to John. Happy birthday, John. Happy birthday, John. All right. I do have a few things. Hold on, let me go here. That I wanted to discuss. Just a couple things I wanted to discuss. I'm going to play a video for y'all. And I just want y'all opinions on the video. I want y'all opinions on the video. Principal, this story is what, about a week old. I just ran across it. Principal, and I think this is Florida. I'm fairly certain this is Florida. Who is under arrest for assaulting a student. Now, the principal says, I'd like to give you, as much of the story as I've heard before. The principal says that he was talking to the student because the student was in some sort of distress and threatening to harm himself, threatening to, take himself out, threatening to commit suicide. So he says he was threatening to commit suicide. So he was sitting down with the kid to talk, and then things kind of went south. That's what the principal said. And I'm thinking about all the education conversation that we having. And I think it's hard out there to be a teacher. It's hard out there to be a principal. I don't know how hard it is to be on the administrative side in terms of dealing with the kids. Like most administrators don't deal with the kids every day, right? Like I can't imagine, the superintendent wasn't teaching classes. Jerica says unalive. I don't say that. I say what it is. And if they want to pull my stuff for that, then oh well. He wanted to commit, the principal says he was threatening to commit suicide. This unalive stuff. Y'all too worried. Yeah, the other word can trigger Facebook. I'm on multiple platforms. So if Facebook kick me out, go to one of the other ones. Go to YouTube, go to Twitch, go to X, go to, one of the other pages. I'm not cussing, but I'm not gonna walk on eggshells for them people either. But I don't know that every day the superintendent is in a class full of 25 people or whatever. So, but when you're dealing with the actual children, I imagine it's tough. And you got to make decisions that from the outside might not look that good. So I want y'all take on this. But I'll just play the story. Let's do that.
Thank you. Now we want to turn to some breaking news out of Marion County, where a principal at a school was arrested and accused of putting a student in a chokehold and sitting on them.
Stuart Moore is here now with the details of the arrest and video of the actual incidents, too.
Ladies, 33-year-old Dante Prophet has been charged as aggravated child abuse and false imprisonment of a child. This incident in question happened last Friday and was actually, as you mentioned, caught on the school's surveillance camera. Some of this may be hard to watch. This was at Destiny Leadership Academy in Ocala. In the video, deputies say the principal approaches the child at a table and begins poking and grabbing him. When the child then fell to the ground, deputies say the Prophet sat on top of him on the floor and then put him into a chokehold. You see it there. Deputies also say Prophet slapped the child in the face and struck him on the side of the head with a charging cord. When Prophet was questioned, he said that he was trying to protect the child.
So, I don't know if you know this or not, but there's a security camera in that room.
There is.
Yeah, and it caught everything on camera. Everything. Especially when he had his head down and you came up and started grabbing him on the legs and poking him and grabbing him in the chest.
Documents also say other teachers in the school witnessed this incident. Prophet was arrested the following day. Now he is being held in the Marion County Jail without bond. Michelle.
Thank you.
My bad. They're sitting talking for a while. The kid tries to pull away. You know, he says the kid was trying to commit suicide. And the kid tries to pull away and he pulls him closer and all of that good stuff. So what do we think? What do we think? Is this principal, was this principal wrong? If somebody tell you you're a teacher, a principal, you know, somebody in the school dealing with the kids, and a kid is telling you, you know, oh, I'm about to go and harm myself. I'm about to go and, you know, do whatever. I'm about to go commit suicide. You don't just let that kid walk away. Because think about what the story would be. If, oh, this teacher was sitting there. The kid told him he was going to commit suicide, and he went to walk away. The teacher didn't want to put hands on him, so he just got up, walked away, and committed suicide. What would the story be? So you got to grab the kid. And, you know, I don't know if he put him in a chokehold. You couldn't really see what was going on there. You couldn't really see what was happening. I don't know. I mean, they say he hit him with a charger or whatever the case may be. I don't know that that's the best tactic to take to stop somebody from hurting themselves. But police do it. Come on, we've seen police do it. We've seen police dealing with people who were in a position where they were a threat and or a danger to themselves, and police jump on them, police taser them, police sock them in the face, because that's a legit police tactic. Police sock them in the face and all of that kind of stuff, body slam them. We've seen police kill people who were trying to commit suicide to stop them from committing suicide. We've seen this. They don't get in trouble. We all look at them and we say, they was trying to help. Right? We do that. So, do we give principal the same grace, if you want to call it that? I'm just asking. I'm not I don't deal with people on that level. But again, when I saw the story, I'm like, oh, he got arrested. He put a kid in a chokehold. He punched him in the head. He hit him with a cord. Whoa, that looks crazy. But then when I read, he said the kid was trying to harm himself and he was trying to keep the kid there. I guess help was on the way. assistance. I don't know how you want to call it, but I guess assistance was on the way, and so he wanted to keep the kid in that room so that he wouldn't give him an opportunity to do anything to himself. And when a kid, he starts kind of struggling with you, what do you say? F it, go ahead, leave, do whatever you're gonna do. If he did that, come on, he'd be really punished. Of course, he got fired by the school system. He got arrested. But Jack said you can't restrain him. So would it have been better, Jack, just to let him go outside and commit suicide? Watch him commit suicide? Like, oh, he about to hurt himself. Don't touch him. Don't touch him. But he about to hurt himself. We can't put hands on him. Sorry. Well, apparently not, Jack. Jack says he was just asking. Apparently, one of the charges is, they just said it. Like, I don't remember because I want to say like kidnapping, but it wasn't kidnapping. But it's when you hold somebody against their will. You don't let them leave. He's charged with that. Jericho says if he didn't have the means, let him go, but keep him in eyesight and wait for help. Okay, but if you see him about to actually do something, what do you do? What do you do? I'm for real. I'm asking. Because this all seems weird to me. Because these are situations, maybe they are trained for it. I don't know. Maybe they are trained for it. But these are situations where I don't know that you can really be trained for this. You can't put your hands on a student. Well, but he's about to commit suicide. But you can't let him commit suicide. Well, how am I supposed to stop him? Well, just watch him. Okay, I'm watching him. He about to do something. You can't put your hands on him. So I got to just watch him commit suicide? Well, you can't let him commit suicide. So I got to put my hands on him and stop him. You can't put your hands on him. So what do? You keep him in sight and you wait for help. Help ain't here and he about to hurt himself. What do you do? Okay, so what do you do, Myosha? What do you do? There's a kid. Put yourself in his situation. That's what he was doing, Jerica. He was talking with him. In the video, it's a longer form video. You can see them talking. He's sitting in the chair, and the kid is sitting right across from him. And the kid tried to back up, and he gently pulls the chair forward. They're talking, and then the kid, like aggressively, I don't want to say aggressively, but definitely wants to get up and get out of the room. If you believe his story, because there's no audio, if you believe his story that this kid was threatening to commit suicide, he tried talking to him. There's ways to stop besides a chokehold. I couldn't see a chokehold. Whatever they said was a chokehold. I saw him sitting on top of dude, but I don't know what he was doing with his hands. Y'all saw the video. I didn't see a chokehold. So I'm asking legitimately, what should he have done? Is it because this feel like one of them catch-22, one of them lose-lose situations? If I stop him, I'm in trouble. And now, I'm charged with, what was it? Somebody put it up there. Unlawful detainment. But if I don't stop him, I'm in trouble. Why? Because a kid just committed suicide and I just watched it happen. So I'm waiting for help. Couldn't he restrain him without beating him? I don't know. Maybe they got the fighting. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to hold you back. You trying to get me off of you. I'm trying to get your hands. You swinging. I'm just holding. I'm just holding. And I might have to, put you down, put a little weight on you, and you trying to get up. And it looks violent. But I'm just trying to stop you from leaving. The only other thing is, oh, you want to fight? Well, get up. Go ahead. Go do what you're going to do. And that would be all bad. I mean, for real, just think about that. Think about with this video. If the video turns out that this dude say, I'm not fighting you, go do what you gonna do. I'm gonna just follow and watch. Child commits suicide in school while principal watches. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that ain't gonna be good. That ain't gonna be good. Yeah, it feels like a lose-lose. I'm not there. I don't have all of the details. I read a few quick stories about it. Saw the video and thought, what a horrible situation to be put in. What a horrible situation to be put in. And I know, racism don't exist anymore. But as a black man, because, a lot of times you don't get the benefit of the doubt. Not always, but a lot of times you don't get the benefit of the doubt. Oh, he grabbed him. That's a chokehold. I didn't see a chokehold. I'm not saying there wasn't a chokehold, but he grabbed him. That's a chokehold. He held him down. That's unlawful restraint. He hit him in the head with a charger. Okay, that seems excessive. That seems, I don't know where that comes in. I don't know where that comes in, but I couldn't be, oh, wait a minute. Myosha has the answer. Jerica said it best. You follow him and wait for help. It's hard to kill yourself without a weapon or poison. If you see him trying to drink something, you smack it out his hand. If he pulls out a knife or weapon, wrestle it away from him. Wait a minute, you touching him if you wrestle it away from him. You touching him and you're not allowed to do that. I don't know what floor they was on. What if he go jump out of the 5th floor window? You can't stop him because that's, unlawful restraint. He ain't got to sit on him or put him in a chokehold. No, I don't know that. I could imagine. I'm just telling you, this is just me, and this is just me imagining. I don't know. I'm not in the situation, so I can't say with 100% certainty. But if I thought that a kid was legitimately going to hurt themselves, I sit on them. You ain't going nowhere. And if I got to sit on you to keep you right here, then I'm just going to sit on you and keep you right here. You ain't going nowhere. Myosha says if he tries to jump, then you pull him back in. He might have jumped by the time I can pull him back in. And remember, I can't put my hands on him. I can't hold him down. That's unlawful restraint. I would sit on a kid. You ain't going nowhere. You talking about hurting yourself? And you seem really serious about it. You're trying to fight me to do it. I'll sit on you. Preston says, I was just about to ask the question. If the principal was white, would he be under scrutiny or have been arrested? I don't know. Look, all I know is racism don't exist anymore. So I can't say with 100% certainty there would be any difference. Jerica says, no one said don't touch him. That's not true. I read a comment that said you can't touch a kid. So someone clearly said you can't touch him. So what you said is just factually inaccurate. The majority are saying don't beat him. Myosha said don't sit on him. Somebody said don't touch him. Just follow him around and watch him. And no one said don't touch him. See if I can get back to the comment where somebody said don't touch him. People be saying that nobody said stuff that they be saying. Let me see. Looking to see if I can find it. Oh, it won't let me go back. Go. It won't let me go back. But somebody said don't touch him. So what you're saying is factually inaccurate. So I don't know. I don't know what you do. I wouldn't be a teacher. Number one, I just don't have the patience for it. I just don't have the patience for it. Jerica says, you got it. You aren't listening / reading for an answer. I was clearly reading for an answer. Just because what you said is incorrect doesn't mean I'm not listening for an answer. You're listening and reading to prove your point. I don't have a point. I'm asking questions. What is my point? What do you think my point is? Are you listening to criticize, or are you listening to help me? Because I'm asking for help. I'm asking for help understanding, helping, seeing what should one do, what are the things that, make sense in the situation. I don't really have a point. I can't say the dude was right. I don't know. I ain't been in that situation. I can't say the dude is wrong because I don't know. I ain't been in that situation. Y'all making definitive statements like you can't touch him or you can't do this or this is wrong or this is not. I'm not saying anybody's right or wrong. I'm asking questions. So I feel like maybe you just looking to be critical of my questions. Because I didn't say I don't have a point in terms of this guy did the right thing or this guy did the wrong thing. I just ask questions. Maybe that's a bad thing. I shouldn't ask questions anymore. No more trying to understand. Okay. Oh, let's see. But again, I don't know. I don't know if this guy was right, wrong, or whatever. I just know. I wouldn't want to be in that situation. As a 988 responder and social worker, I would advise everyone, with the exception of a host, thank you, if in such a situation, seek to assess if there are any means work to separate the person from the means safety ID paramount. Again, he was sitting there talking to him. But I guess that's wrong too. I don't know. No, the boy was not hospitalized after the incident, Daryl. He wasn't hospitalized. But actually, though, what Jerica is saying, in her own way, is what I'm taking from it is this dude was in a no-win situation. Whatever he did was going to end up looking bad. And they talk about having problems with finding black male teachers. I think when you look at stuff like this, that kind of sounds like it might be one of the reasons why. Right? It might be one of the reasons why. Not the only reason, but one of the reasons why. But again, whoever said, would he have been criticized the same way had he been black? I don't know. Daryl says, so the principal shouldn't be in jail with bond. He did no bodily harm to the point the boy was hospitalized. I don't know. Now, back to my other point, which this, I am actually making a point. I keep telling y'all there's no racism anymore. Racism is over. It's completely over. But I got this story that kind of challenges that, but I still stand strong. Some smart people that I know have told me racism doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't exist anymore. I got a story I want y'all to check out. And then, y'all let me know. Let me know. Let's see.
This small majority black town in Alabama hasn't held a mayoral election in decades and has now been sued by its first black mayor, who says that white town leaders are physically preventing him from taking office. Patrick Braxton claims in his November 2022 complaint that after he was lawfully selected as mayor, the outgoing white mayor and his white town council changed the locks to the town hall, removed or destroyed town documents, and denied Braxton access to the town's mailbox and banking
Do you
house.
feel cheated?
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel discriminated against?
Yes.
What is it that you want to see happen?
I want to take my rightful seat, and I want to hold each and every one of them accountable for what they did.
New Bern, a small town in Alabama with a population of around 130 people, had not had a mayoral election since the Voting Rights Act was passed in 1965. Instead, the town's practice was to have the current mayor appoint the next mayor, all of whom were white. That continued until April 2020, when Braxton decided he wanted to run for mayor to create change for the town's black residents. He asked the sitting mayor, Haywood Stokes, for the candidacy documents he needed, but alleges that Stokes falsely told him that the town could not have elections. The complaint argues that Stokes told this lie so that Braxton would not submit his paperwork in time for the candidate deadline. But Braxton filed the paper, and under Alabama law, Braxton became mayor-elect in July 2020 by default since he ran opposed. Braxton was told that since no one ran for city council, he could appoint council members, so he selected 5 black New Bern residents who joined this lawsuit as plaintiffs. Then, without notifying any of the town residents, Stokes, the outgoing white mayor, and his council members decided to hold a special election on October 6th in 2020 for mayor and council, resulting in the all-white group being elected. Despite Braxton and his elected council members being sworn into office in November 2020, Stokes and the other defendants prevented them from accessing information about the town and entering the town hall, stopping them from taking power. Braxton and his 5 council members filed their lawsuit in November 2022, arguing that the white leaders engaged in intentional racial discrimination by refusing to let black residents participate in local elections or hold office, violating the 14th Amendment. They also allege that Stokes and the White Town Council participated in conspiracy to deny Braxton and his town council their constitutional rights by holding an illegal, secret, special election. The plaintiffs claim that these actions and New Bern's practice of refusing to hold mayoral elections violates Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, which bans voting laws, practices, or maps that curtail or take away someone's right to vote due to their race. In March 2024, the plaintiffs filed a motion for a preliminary injunction to allow Braxton, the lawful mayor, to hold office while the case goes to trial in September. They also asked the court to order Stokes and his council members to hold and fully publicize new lawful special elections for town council seats by November 5th. In their motion, the plaintiff said that the defendants cannot go another year violating the constitutional rights of New Bern's residents in overt violation of the bedrock tenets of our democratic system. A federal judge appointed by George W. Bush denied this motion. The judge said that while Braxton and his council members are likely to succeed when the case heads to trial in November, they have not demonstrated a sense of urgency or necessity, nor have they proven that they will endure irreparable harm before trial. For now, Braxton and his town council will not be able to govern New Bern as Stokes and the other white town leaders physically prevent them from taking office. Thanks for watching Democracy Docket. If you want to stay up to date on the latest voting and election news in the courts, make sure to subscribe to our newsletters. You can click the link on the screen or in
Look. I know that seems bad. But I don't really know how to explain it. But just trust me when I tell you that is not racism. That is not racism. It's something else. I mean, sure, some discrimination happens, but it's not racism. Racism doesn't exist anymore. And the judge says he's not going to grant the injunction, even though he thinks they'll win the case, because they haven't showed any sense of urgency. What dude got elected? Was it 2020? It's 2024. They won't let him govern. They won't let him, physically won't let him be the mayor. He can't go to the office. He can't do mayor stuff. His council members can't govern. I think that's some level of urgency. I think there's maybe some level of urgency. 2022? Was it 2022? Okay. 2 years, same deal. And these are Republicans who run the state of Alabama. You'd imagine that the governor might step in, that the courts, which are run by Republicans in the state of Alabama. The state of Alabama is run by Republicans. You would imagine they might step in and say, look, this ain't constitutional. Like, no, this is not the way we govern in the United States of America. But, Republicans are just as friendly to black people as everybody else, right? They're the party of law and order. They want to see you succeed as black people. I haven't heard the guy who's running for president on the Republican side say anything about this. I haven't heard it. See, y'all, I know that the arguments that I'm kind of making sound ridiculous. I know this. But I'm just making the arguments in reverse that I hear made all of the time about Democrats and all of that. If something bad happened, you know who run that? Democrats. You know who run this? Democrats. Like, oh, something bad happened. You know who in charge of that? Democrats. Yeah, but Republicans are over them in terms of the hierarchy, in terms of being in charge of that. Well, but the Democrats that is more running it than. Of course, my main point is even with, because I've been saying it enough, people are starting to believe I really believe this. When I say racism doesn't exist, of course racism exists. I think racism is just as prevalent now. Well, maybe not just as prevalent now, but it's still prevalent in America in 2024. I think it happens. Racists are out there, and racist actions are taken against people all the time. Come on. But the people who try to convince you that, well, they won't say racism don't exist. They kind of used to say it, but now they won't say it anymore. Now they'll just say, well, racism exists, but you can't point to nothing that's racist happening. It's classist, or it's, some other ist, but definitely not racist. And if you can acknowledge that racism does exist, why is it so hard to acknowledge when you see something that could be racism? Could be. You can't just throw racism out like, no, racism don't exist no more. Well, okay, racism exists, but nothing that happens is racist. It puts us in a bad position. Y'all know all of the stuff. Oh, hold on a second. Go here. Go there. Okay. All of the stuff that we see happening that we know be racist, but you can't say it, but because you can't prove it. And of course, the question that I love. Okay, well, if racism exists, what's the last time it happened to you? Last thing happened to you, the racist to hold you back. As if to say, well, if it didn't happen to you individually, it doesn't exist. In my job, I feel like, my job here, when I kind of choose to take it a little bit seriously, is to get people to think and to not just buy into something because they hear well-spoken people say it a lot. Because, if you well-spoken and you say racism doesn't exist, or that's not racist, or people are always trying to use racism as an excuse. That's really what they like to say. People are always trying to use racism as an excuse. People trying to play the race card as if racism doesn't exist. But I've always hated the term play the race card because racism ain't a game. We're not playing. And no one's using it as an excuse. But if you continue to say it's an excuse, you create a situation where people are afraid to kind of even acknowledge that it exists. And even if they acknowledge that it exists, they're kind of afraid to point out when it exists because you've cheapened their argument by making it as if anytime you hear it, it's just an excuse. Would it be fair to say that in this case, this is racism? I want to know from one of my everything ain't racism people. Would it be fair in this case to say that's racist? Always been a white mayor. They don't hold elections. Just whoever the white mayor is appoints another white mayor. And then he appoints 6 people, I think it was 6 people that he know, white people, to be the city council. And it's not even, if I remember, I had to go back and look at that. The town is majority black. It's only like 130 people, but it's majority black. They have not held elections since the Voting Rights Act. Is it fair to call that one racist? Or is that just an excuse too? That's just an excuse. Is it fair to call the system that allows that to happen racist? Or that's just an excuse too? Now the system would do the same thing for everybody. He just happened to be black. But if it was a white person, they would do the same thing. Clearly they wouldn't. I hear people find all kind of reasons to make excuses for why nothing is racist. And everything that's bad, well, the Democrats run that. I keep telling y'all don't want to listen to me because, well, probably for a lot of reasons. But don't neither one of them parties care about us. Don't neither one of them parties care about us. Racism is real. It still exists today on large scales and on small scales. We can pretend like it don't all we want to, but it does. Ron.
My. What have you done? Okay. Now, racism exists.
I do.
It's racist people all over the place. Everybody knows that. But the thing about it is, I'm surprised at you.
Oh.
Lincoln always played a race card. He'd race. Now you do it, but the fact that you would, pull up a county. Now it's in Alabama. This city. Now I just Googled the city and checked out everything. Well, not everything, but checked it out.
Was the story telling the truth?
No, yeah.
Okay.
Now, the population of New Bern is 100 and the county, 133 people. 133 people. And boy, I'm glad about this because some of you watch Wyatt ring the fucking bell. Some of y'all watch Wyatt ring the bell. So the population is 133 people.
Okay.
Now, it is deeply rooted in slavery. And basically those people who basically live in the shacks that was originally there.
I'm sure there's a point coming.
So yeah. So when you assess things like that, now you dug this. Those black people were okay with where they were. Now, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying
hold on,
how
wait.
they doing that, man.
Wait a minute.
I'm not saying.
No, wait a minute.
Okay.
I want to understand what you actually said. You said those black people were okay with where they are. What do you mean when you say that?
Yes, they were okay with the government running the way it was.
Why do you think they were okay with that?
Because they have done this for years.
That don't mean that they was okay with it.
No. So you didn't get an opportunity. I didn't even see you in Wyatt's chat. And towards the end, he played this thing. The person rang the bell, and the group sat down, and then they brought another group in there, and then they rung the bell, and they sat down just like the other people sat down. You know what I'm saying is, people are used to what they used to, and people will fall in line. Now, you have to know where you're assessing this situation. Again, these people were deeply rooted in slavery. These people were descendants of slaves, and they are okay with how things were run. And I've seen documentaries
Wait,
on
hold on.
the
You
South
keep saying
like
that. Who said they were okay with the way things that were running?
They said it because they didn't do anything.
They did do something.
No. They did something about it in 2020.
Just
In
because,
2020,
hold on,
okay.
it's not fair, Ron, to say
Mm-hmm.
that they were okay
Mm-hmm.
with it because
Mm-hmm.
maybe they hadn't figured out what to do about
Mm-hmm.
it or how to handle
Mm-hmm.
it until
Yeah.
they did
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay.
They did not say that they were okay with it. It's actually
Okay.
that Bell thing you were
And
talking
I
about.
cannot assume. And I
Maybe,
can't.
maybe, Ron, um,
Yeah.
that whole they were sitting down and standing up because that was the way it went, but that don't mean they was okay with it. That just means they were
Mm-hmm.
used to it. And then somebody
Okay.
said,
Now.
I'm not taking this no more.
Okay. Now. Nobody. Now. We have access to the federal government, and you'll say, oh, they didn't know how to do it, or they didn't know. If there was a problem in that city, now I'm not saying, blacks shouldn't have tried to get in the race and try to get in the mayor's office.
They
I'm not
didn't
saying
hold
that.
elections. There was no race. They didn't even hold
Okay.
elections.
Well, yeah. I heard the news story. I heard what you said, and I get my words twisted because I have that aphasia. So be patient. You know what I'm saying. Not elections, but the fact that he wanted to be mayor, or he is mayor. It's not any problem with that. It's racism. That's racist. The governor is racist. We know the governor is racist. It's Alabama. Those people have been there and doing that forever. They are used to it. And I'm not saying that they should be used to it. They should bow down and say yes, boss, and all that other shit. No, I'm not saying that.
What are you saying?
If you go down south to people or places like that, they'll say, white folk, it's good white folk and it's bad white folk. We don't hang with them bad white folk. We don't mess with them bad white folk. We know not to be around them folks. That's what they'll tell you in the Deep South. That's what they'll tell you in the Deep South. Now, of course, it's racism, but my thing is...
Hold on, wait, Ron, hold on. Let's stop right there. So you are acknowledging that what's happening there is more than likely racism.
It's racism. I mean,
okay.
That's absurd. You know that it's racism.
And you are acknowledging that the Republican governor should do something about it, but is not.
Yes, I just said the governor is racist.
Okay, I'm just checking.
I'm sorry?
I said it's fine. I'm just checking.
Okay. Now, the thing about it is, okay, that's a story. That's the story that you picked out. You found that. What does it have to do with what the fuck we going through now?
They're going through it right now. They are, Ron, they are going through it right now. He's still not the mayor.
Fucking go through that. I mean, it is a trip. Like I said, you digging in the Deep South. and you trying to pull shit up.
I didn't make it up. I didn't pull it up.
You
It
trying to
popped up
pull
on my
shit up.
timeline.
You're trying to pull shit up.
What?
To make us focus on that Republican Democrat shit.
Actually, as I said earlier, my point is none of them care.
Well, why Donald Trump ain't do nothing? Donald Trump in fucking court. He done been in court for the last 3 weeks.
By the way, the defense and the prosecution has rested their case. Closing arguments will be next.
What Joe Biden do about it?
Nothing.
They didn't do shit because they let them motherfuckers do what they do.
Why are you so upset?
That's the deep South. Because this is the thing. You know, when he played that bail shit, y'all do that.
Who?
I wish you heard, and some people heard what Wyatt said during the last half hour or 15 minutes of his show. And it's a trip. We can see the gas prices going to shit. We can see we can see all that shit.
But see, here's the thing about here's the thing. No, wait, hold on. Before you finish, Ron, before you finish, here's the thing. I think some of y'all been hearing the bell, and y'all don't even understand that y'all been hearing the bell. And so y'all just saying what they want y'all to say.
I don't know shit. I see. You can't see the motherfucking gas prices. You can't see. And you say, oh, and people, the prices go up every year.
They do.
They even put back our strategic reserves that they saturated our country with.
Ron, let me ask you this. Around the world, where does the U.S. rate in terms of inflation?
I don't give a shit. I'm telling you.
Well,
right
but it's important,
wait.
Ron. Here's why it's important. Ron,
You always do that.
I'm not trying to distract you, Ron. Ron, I'm not trying to distract you. I'm asking you a question about your point.
You're doing it, but see, you're doing it, and you do it on purpose.
I'm asking you a question.
You do it on purpose.
I'm just asking you a question about your point.
Okay. But
okay.
See, okay. Let me make my point and then ask me the question.
All right.
Let me make my point and ask me.
I fear that you won't answer it, but okay.
My point is, we can see everything that our country going through.
True.
Biden lied and said that the sanctions that we're putting on Russia will cripple Russia, and their prices are better than or economically.
Ron, they all lie.
Wait a minute.
Republicans lie and Democrats lie. They all lie.
No, don't get done. Let me make my point.
You're taking forever to get to the point.
All politicians lie. Okay, here. Let me let you finish. Let me let you finish.
Okay. It's important to pay attention to inflation around the world. If your criticism is the reason why there's inflation in the United States is because of the leader of the United States. If you look around the world, and I don't have my list up in front of me, but if you look around the world, it's not like the United States of America is leading in terms of inflation. There's a worldwide inflation, okay? And the United States ain't at the top. So it's not Joe Biden's fault. 100%.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Hold on, I thought you was gonna let me finish. Go
ahead, finish,
okay.
nigga.
So it's not Joe Biden's fault alone that inflation in America exists, because it exists all over the world. It's like I told you.
So
you're not gonna let me finish. Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I said you let you finish. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's like I told you. If prices are up in the United States and you go out to buy this imaginary $8 loaf of bread that y'all keep claiming, So you go out and buy this $8 loaf of bread, and your family look at you and say, why is the cost of bread $8? As if it's your fault. Guess what? Your neighbor had to pay $8 for his loaf of bread. Your other neighbor had to pay $8 for his loaf of bread. It's not Ron's fault 100%
Wow.
that the bread is $8.
Wow.
It's not your fault that you went out and spent $8 on a loaf of bread.
Uh-huh.
Inflation is up
Uh-huh.
globally.
Uh-huh.
Now, can Joe Biden take some of the responsibility? There are probably things that he could do to make things better. But to say, well, it's all Joe Biden, it's all the Democrats, that's just flawed thinking.
Yeah. Okay. Now that you got through with all that bullshit, and see, that's what it was. You can talk that fluff and that bullshit everywhere else.
Tell me what I said that was wrong.
But to me.
What did I say that was wrong?
No. Now let me finish. So, like I said.
Can you tell me? Hold on. I'm gonna let you finish.
Okay,
I'm gonna let you finish. Can you? This is a simple question,
Emanuel,
Ron, this is a simple question. Can you tell me what I said that was wrong?
Oh, first of all, there is a global, not a global recession, but it's global inflation everywhere.
So what did I say that's wrong?
No, wait.
No, I want you to finish, but I want you to answer that question first. Just correct me.
See, you do that to distract me.
No, this is a simple question. What did I say that's not what did I say that's right? What did I say that's wrong? What did I say that's wrong? We're not going to do that. What did I say? I'm just asking you, what did I say that's wrong?
I'm going to read out all that shit.
All right.
Now, Biden said that Russia is the fault, the gas prices is the fault of Russia. Okay? Now, what has our inflationary rates up so high?
Ron.
Is that
Ron.
we're Emanuel.
Hold on.
Emanuel.
Just answer my question.
Emanuel.
What did I say that's
I'm
wrong?
Emanuel.
I'm
Emanuel,
gonna give you the opportunity to say whatever it is that you got to say.
Emanuel.
But I'm asking you, the question on the table is, what did I say that is wrong? That's the question that's on the table. I'll let you finish everything else.
Okay, you were wrong when you said it's not Joe Biden's fault, and you were wrong when you said that the inflation that we have is globally. Oh shit! How can I put it?
So global inflation is not up.
No, it's global inflation is up.
It is up. And so you're saying global inflation is Joe Biden's fault.
All right. Okay. No. You know what? It's a trip. You can sit and bullshit all you want.
All I'm doing is asking questions, bro.
No, but see.
These are like yes or no. Is global inflation Joe Biden's fault?
You know it's not his fault.
Okay.
You know it's not his fault.
All right.
You know it's not global. He don't run the world.
Okay.
So you know it's not his fault. And you keep bullshitting.
I just asked simple questions. So in other words, I didn't say anything wrong. Now go ahead and make your point.
Everybody just look. Everybody just look at what Emanuel is doing. You do it all the time. And what's the trip is you got to wonder. You got to wonder what's behind that shit. Because you can't convince me. You can't tell me.
I'm not trying to convince you.
You can't tell me that, first of all, that the inflation that we are going through, we're going through, is not Joe Biden's fault. Not Joe Biden, and all his fault.
All his fault.
The global, the inflation that we're going through in the United States is all his fucking fault.
Oh.
Now, the prices that we're paying right now for goods is all his fucking fault.
All.
It's his administration's fault.
Okay.
And don't get it twisted.
Okay.
It's his administration's fault. Now, the things that we sent over to Iran, that was a fucking mistake, and it was $500 billion, and they used that $500 billion to set up Hamas and everything else globally.
I am curious as to what this has to do with the racism that I was talking about in Alabama.
Because you pulled up and you made this shit about Republicans and Democrats. And, you know...
Actually, I think I was clear that neither Republican nor Democrat care about us.
Okay. Now, if that's the case, now you said it.
Yes.
The Republicans and the Democrats don't care about us.
Right.
If that's the fucking case, if you looking at the administration, you live in the administration of the Biden administration.
Okay.
Now you can sit and lie. You can make up excuses.
I clearly did it though.
You can make up excuses, but we were better off in economically, militarily, everything. We were better off in the last, in Trump's 4 years.
Were we?
Then we were, yeah.
We were.
And if that pandemic,
when Trump hold on. Okay, so when Trump left office, what was the unemployment rate?
Pandemic. Wait a minute. If that pandemic didn't happen, he would have been elected again, because nobody would have given up what we have right now currently, or what we had in that current administration. We wouldn't have sacrificed that. And now,
just so you know, the unemployment rate was really high at the end of Trump's administration.
Yeah, nigga, that's because everybody shut down, nigga. Don't give
but
me that
hold on,
bullshit.
you said in every category we were better off. Ain't that a category?
That's that bullshit. See, that's that bullshit.
Is that a category?
That's that bullshit. Yeah.
No, what you're saying, here's what you're saying, because it's not Joe Biden's fault. It's not Joe Biden's fault. What you're saying, you're trying to make the argument that you can't take everything into consideration during his administration. But you can. You can't say things was better 4 years ago when hundreds and thousands of people were dying every day.
What was inflation? Where was inflation at the end of his term?
Hold on.
Where
let's look. I'll look it up. Go ahead.
1.4%, nigga. I already know. And then that lying motherfucking Biden said, "Oh, it's 9%," and backed up that motherfucking lie. And you ready for everybody to vote for this nigga? He's destroying our country. And you forgot about
the inflation rate in the United States in 2019 was 1.81%.
Man, it was 1.4%, and that was the. But anyway, it's 3.4 now. It's 3.4 now. That motherfucker had it up to 9%. 9%.
Okay.
They left all the motherfucking weapons, all those weapons in Afghanistan. Do you realize that money was paid for? They allocated that shit to they took that money. They left that equipment.
The world inflation rate in 2020 was 1.94.
It's fucking 3.4%.
And worldwide,
like
it's
I
what,
said,
6.9%?
he raised that shit to the 9%
Worldwide,
inflation.
what is it?
Now we got it back. We got it back down, but it ain't 1.4. Now and see, if that pandemic wouldn't have happened, we
But
would
it
have been
did.
on the road.
You keep saying if this hadn't happened, if that
Okay.
hadn't happened,
But okay. But the
if
pandemic happened.
hold on. So if the global
what did
inflation rate had not gone up,
no,
then probably the United States inflation rate would not have gone that high. We can say if all day, but it happened.
It
Right.
happened. But how did Trump react to it?
Not
How did
well.
Trump react to it?
He suggested that people inject themselves with disinfectant.
See, you a damn lie. But see, I'm gonna give you a truth. I'm gonna give you a truth, nigga. I'm gonna give you a truth. See, Obama said that a pandemic was gonna happen.
Now we going back to Obama.
Wait. He didn't do anything.
Do any of this have to do with racism in Alabama?
Wait. He didn't do anything to prepare. Now.
He did things to prepare, and my understanding is Trump dismantled some of the things that he did to prepare.
You are a damn lie.
I'm not lying.
What's the trip is, y'all don't remember him enacting that wartime thing and him getting that PPE to all the hospitals and to overseas. You don't remember that?
Who?
You don't remember that?
Who?
You don't remember that?
Who are you talking about?
You don't remember Operation Warp Speed to make sure that we get.
I remember Operation Warp Speed.
Hey, to get that shit back on track.
I remember Operation Warp Speed. I also remember him lying, saying that it would go away when it got warm.
I don't.
Do you remember that?
People. I don't value people. Wait.
Do you remember Donald Trump saying when it gets warm, coronavirus will go away?
Nigga, they already proved that shit, and now.
Ron, do you remember him saying that?
I don't even want to talk to you about the coronavirus.
You brought it up.
Nigga, look.
I was talking about racism in Alabama, and we done went to inflation, coronavirus, and the military, Afghanistan. I was talking about racism in Alabama.
Hey, kick that bell down the street. Niggas kick that bell down the street.
You the one dancing to the bell.
To this motherfucker, boy.
You dancing to the bell.
You boy, kick that bell.
You don't want to answer questions that don't bode well for your candidate. Now you asked me simple questions. I gave you simple answers.
Well, listen.
That's not fair. It's not fair that I can say Joe Biden don't care about black people, because he don't. It's not fair that I can say Joe Biden is partially responsible for the inflation, because he is. It's not fair that I can say Joe Biden ain't doing nothing about what's going on down there in Alabama, because he ain't. But as soon as I ask you a question that don't bode well for your candidate, like, did he say the coronavirus was going to go away when it got warm? You N-word this, the F-word this. Just answer the question.
Okay, listen. It was, and I don't want to speak, but no, I can't answer because I don't know the specifics on what he said. I can't remember.
Did he suggest it might be a good idea to inject people with disinfectant?
Man, we sick of that shit. That's just like.
Did he say it?
Just like January.
Did he say it?
No. He took it out of context.
There was no taking it out of context. That was the entire context. It was a news conference about coronavirus.
Kick that bell down the street.
You the one dancing to the bell.
I don't know what your agenda is, but see,
truth.
And I watch.
My agenda is truth.
You know what? I watched a little segment again of that Cat Williams interview with on Club Shay
Now
Shay.
we talking about Cat
And-
Williams.
wait,
Look at how
I'ma
far
just-
you
I'ma
will
just
go
say-
to avoid the truth about the guy who you dancing to the bell for.
Man, cause you're lying. And what
I'm
what
not
just gonna
lying.
Say, what I'm getting ready to say, what I'm getting ready to say, is just that he looked at him, he looked at Shannon Sharp and he said that we're not battling against good and evil. You either on God's side or you either on their side. You either on God's side or you either on their side. And see, you can.
If you want to learn how to edit really
you can
well
see
from
it
professional
obvious.
Hollywood editors,
You
we're going
can
to show you the
see
stuff that nobody else is teaching.
who's on God's side.
So
now,
supposing
now,
we hit the body.
Trump may not be.
Hold on.
Whether it's
Hold on.
ultraviolet
I want you to hear
or
this.
Very powerful
Hold on.
light. And I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting. Right, and then I see the disinfectant. It knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that? And I think injection inside or
He said they're gonna
almost
test
a
it.
cleaning, because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number of the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use
Something like
medical
that.
Did you hear him suggest
Something-
that
wait.
maybe
Something like-
injecting disinfectant will knock it out?
Because, oh, nigga.
Did you hear him
Okay,
suggest it?
I heard it all. He said it. He said it. Inject everybody with bleach and all that other shit.
I didn't say, he said disinfectant, bro.
Now. He said it.
All right, why is that hard?
Wait.
And that, no, Ron, that becomes my issue with you. My issue with you is that you are so hardcore. Like, you want to deny the fact that he said it when we have a video of him saying
no,
it.
He said it. He said.
You just now said that he said it, but you know you've seen that probably 100 times before, and until just now you was denying it. You lose credibility when you do that.
He did everything you said he did. He did everything you said he did. He horrible for the country. He asked for votes. He did all that shit. Now,
He did.
Now, you either on God's side or you either on their side. And
What
see,
does
you
any of
can
this have to
see-
do with
wait a
racism in
minute,
Alabama?
Emmanuel.
What does any of this have to do with racism in
You
Alabama?
can see- wait, cause see, hey, this is the thing. See, you thinking I'm all up on Trump.
You are.
Wait, no, here, let me feed you something. See, it's not about Trump as much as it is where we going. See, I'm looking at where we going, nigga. Because, see, the Biden administration telling the babies that they can be what they want to be, whatever the fuck they want to be, whatever sex they want to be. The Biden administration is telling
That's
them
wrong.
that shit.
Hear me. That is wrong and bad.
Wait. If you can't bullshit about that because everybody see it.
Ron, I said it's
Because
wrong.
everybody see it. Because everybody see it. They promoting that transgenderism. You can see it, nigga.
Just like you could see him telling
promote-
people to
you
inject
can
themselves
have-
with
you can have an
disinfectant, but you try to
abortion
pretend
up
like it
until
didn't exist.
Viability. Up until viability. That means
Ron,
that
what does this have to do
you
with
can have a
racism
baby,
in
you can have a
Alabama?
baby, and they will not rescue it. They will not rescue it.
What does this have
If
to
you
do
don't
with
want it.
racism
Wait
in
a minute,
Alabama?
Wait, it has everything
What?
to
Help
do
me.
with
Help me.
Alabama
What?
and everything.
What? It's
like
everything. You should easily be able to tell me too. What does this have to do with it?
Because you trying to make it about Republican, Democrat.
I am not trying to make it about Republicans and Democrats. Again, my point was none of them care.
You did. What did you say about the Republican governor? You're lying. You just
Ron,
straight lying.
that means you wasn't paying close attention.
What
When I said, where are the Republicans? I followed that up with, of course, y'all understand. No, Ron, hold on. I followed that up with the point that, of course, y'all understand that I'm just making the arguments that they make on the other side in reverse that don't make sense.
But see,
that argument doesn't make sense. It's not a Republican. It's not a Democrat. It's a racism thing.
You can do all that if you want to.
I'm just telling the truth. It's a racism thing.
Wait. You said racism don't exist, and you know that it does. So you be bullshitting.
Yes, I know. I said that. You ain't been paying attention, man.
So what's the trip is? My thing is. My thing is.
What's your thing?
We are in a time when we don't have time to bullshit. We don't have time to bullshit.
Ron.
But you don't you know? Wait. See, you always interrupt me. We don't have time to bullshit. You know, migrant. But the motherfuckers are up here.
Migrants. You're right.
The motherfuckers are up here, and
how I don't know how you walk from there's a racist town in Alabama to migrants. How do you make that walk and somehow try to make it make sense?
It's because it's about black folks. And what I was trying to get you to see, I'm not heavy on Trump because I'm not heavy on Trump because I just want Trump to be in the White House. I'm heavy on Trump because this our last shot has black folks. This man, you don't see it. And
what should I see?
I care about our people. I care about our people.
Except for the ones in Alabama that can't be the mayor.
Anybody. Like I said, I care about our people.
Okay.
But anybody that can't see what this administration is doing, they're not blind.
All right.
They just don't want to see it.
All right.
They just don't want to see it.
And that's all right.
Right now.
Look, I appreciate you. That has nothing to do with racism in Alabama. Nothing.
Yeah. Nothing to do with racism in Alabama.
Right.
But don't put that race card on us. We don't like that.
But it is actual racism. It's actual racism. See, it's not a race card. It's actual racism happening. And that's what happens sometimes. That's why I be bringing this stuff up. Because I want y'all to see, pay attention. Listen. I don't even know that, well, they can. But there aren't many people who can come up with any sort of argument as to this not being racism. So instead of that, they come up with everything else. Because they don't want you to focus on that as if it's not real, as if it doesn't exist. That's why I be saying racism don't exist. Because that's the subtle message that they want you to get. If every time some racist happens, now they're going to use racism as the excuse. They want you to feel like, oh, racism don't exist. But then when you say it out loud, they have to understand the absurdity of the statement. That's why I say stuff like that. That's why I say it out loud. Because you can try to spin me to feel like racism don't exist. But then when I say it out loud, you're like, oh, no, I'm not saying that. No, that is exactly what you've been saying. No, I'm not saying it don't exist. I'm just saying it's not happening. Sometimes you say it out loud and people recognize the absurdity of it. And sometimes you have to do that. And you got to back people up, because otherwise they going full steam ahead. And next thing you know, which we're almost there now, any incident where race is involved, everyone's going to be scared to say race played a factor in that. Oh, he said he using the race car. Oh, they using that excuse of racism. Oh, they using that. No, it exists. It happens today. Twin.
Hey, can you hear me, man?
I can kind of hear you.
Hold on. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, you had me going. Excuse me. You had me going for a minute, though. When you threw me off too when you said it don't exist. But I see what you're coming from now, your point of view or whatever you try to say. But you remind me of Lincoln, how he used to do Sister France. He he'd get her going. She'd be on the right track for a minute, then he'd say some freaky stuff and throw off her square and stuff. I ain't saying that you say that to Ron, but
Okay.
he be going, but you be throwing him off his square, man. You know what he be saying, man. You aggravate people, man.
No,
you like
I
that
don't
look.
know. Well, then you help me understand then, Twin.
Yeah,
What was he saying?
you just like that damn bee that was in your waltz was in your basement, man.
What was he saying?
He was trying to get to his point, man.
Which was
He was saying that y'all putting everything on saying Trump this, Trump that. I get tired of listening to it. Even from your show with Lincoln, especially Lincoln's show.
Hold on.
I say majority his show.
No one has said anything about Trump.
I'm just saying, you'll bring it up sometimes. You'll bring it up.
Because he's a bad guy.
And the rest of them ain't fighting doing the same thing as Trump did.
Yes, and I bring that up too. But now I don't know that he did the same thing.
I'm saying you don't know what they did.
That's
All
why I
I'm
said
on it was
I
on
don't
that banana
know that
boat.
he did the same thing, but Trump has openly admitted that he grabs women by the vagina and stuff like that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yes, it is.
He's a freak here.
That's sexual
what's wrong with it?
That is sexual
There ain't
assault.
no sexual assault. They liked it.
No, they didn't. That's why he
Yeah,
got
all right.
sued.
They ain't come out.
Didn't
They
like it.
ain't come out to that fucking R. Kelly stuff, man. Come on with that. People kill me, man. All of a sudden, ever since Cat Williams and came out with all this mess, everybody want to come out now. We were just friends 10 years. Now you can't push your album, whatever. Your career can't prosper. Now you want to say, I'll touch or slap a broad or something like that. That's what kid. This ain't even rap beef no more. This is snitching. That's what I call it, snitching. This ain't no rap battle and stuff. I know I've jumped the guns and everything, but this snitching now, man. That's what they doing. I'm saying all this rap beefing and all that crazy stuff and all that. Man, that's beefing, man. I mean, that's snitching. They ain't beef. They telling people secrets and stuff. All of a sudden we was cool. I'm just saying if you really listen to it.
What? I don't listen to hip hop like that at all. So I don't know anything about that. But like Diddy beating women and all of that kind of stuff. R. Kelly keeping women hostage, all of that kind of stuff.
Man, that's been going. Man, ain't industry know about this. When people start asking for their master and everything else, you don't own nothing. Just like Diddy. When he asked, I forgot who that was. They say, no, this ain't yours, this ours. They say, oh yeah, you want to keep playing with us? Here come the allegations now. Come on, man, with that goofy stuff, man. People better. That's why Ron trying to tell y'all.
There's a video. It's factual.
Okay, this been going on for years. All of a sudden, this Me Too movement and all that came about. Now y'all want to snitch. Look at the rap. Listen to the rap thing, man. Even though you don't listen to it. But if you realize, they ain't even selling out concerts like they used to, man. I mean, having concerts like they used to. They having a little local. They ain't having really no big thing like they used to, man. Now they got a beef and everything. Then it ain't beefing and stuff. It's snitching. Oh, you talking about my girl? You talking about my kid? Oh, you raped that little girl. Remember that back in 1999? Why you ain't tell this 1999? Why we wait till 2004? Come on, man. It's goofy out here, man. That's why he try to tell you to us black folks and everything to wake up, man. People get tired of with the time, man. Them Democrats been lying to us for the last God knows what, man. And then all of a sudden they want to come to the community and college and everything all gravy. No, it don't work like that.
They all been lying. Twin, they all been lying. Republicans been lying and Democrats been lying.
I'm saying people realizing now, Emanuel, they tired of the BS, man, with the Democrats.
You don't think that people have known all along that, politicians lie?
Man, I just can't talk to your ass because you just, I don't know what is it with you, man. I can't really tell you like that annoying ass fly like was in your base, B or whatever. That Waltz, whatever was in your base. I'm just saying, people get tired with the tired, all this, especially when the immigrants came over there. And Obama knew about what was going to take place. And inflation ain't started till his ass got in off that damn a bite and everything, man. The inflation, when you know it wasn't, I said inflation when you was talking about it.
Inflation has been around forever.
I'm talking about how it is now, man. Bread is $1 now. Now it's what? $1.79, $3 damn near. People used to people coming here. Oh, I remember that was $2.19. They buying bread now like almost $4.
But twin,
the same bread they what, man? What? It wasn't like that.
I remember when a bag of potato chips was a nickel.
Oh man, okay then. Come on, man. I'm talking about now, man. I'm talking about now
too. There's a global inflation is global.
Emanuel.
It's global. It's not just here.
When this pandemic, I understand that, man, but they can stop that. They can stop that. Come on, man. Government can shut everything down if they want to with the drop of a hat.
Wait, who can stop what?
The government, man. They know what they doing with this, man.
It's
trying to mind control
worldwide.
Is what?
It's worldwide. Inflation in the United States is not the worst in the world.
I'm talking about the United States, man.
But I know you're talking about the United States, but what you have to understand is the United States doesn't exist in a vacuum. If prices are up all over the world, what make you think they're going to be lower here in the United States?
Emanuel, 4 years ago, it wasn't like that when he was in office. Well, how many years? When he 5, 6, whatever. When Biden was Trump was in office, it wasn't like that, man. That shit was low.
And
Come
the
on,
world
man,
shut down. And then
because of this damn pandemic.
And then you got to jumpstart the economy.
And people start going to work. And they stop going to work and they say, oh, we got to get our money back. We got to jack these gas prices and food up. Come on, man. They played us like a hoe out here.
I don't understand how y'all don't understand this.
I'm not understanding your ass because you be on that goofy stuff.
You on the goofy stuff.
No, you be cool at first, then you fall off your square, man. On that childish stuff. I don't know to take you serious or not.
That's why you get Ron. No, how do you not understand?
That's why you get Ron on 10 and stuff because the games you play, man.
Twin.
Do I what?
Do you understand that prices are up all over the world?
I ain't know all over the world. I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio.
But that's
I don't care.
Hold on. Why can't y'all answer simple questions? Do you understand that prices are up all over the world? Do you understand?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to the damn world like that. Prices are up. I know it's up in California here and everything else. I'm talking United States. Hell with the other world.
Over the world. We are in a global economy. It's not just the days of isolationism is over. The economy is global. So if prices are up everywhere else, prices are gonna be up here. You got to buy goods from China. You got to buy goods from Indonesia. You got to buy goods from all over the world. And if the prices are up, guess what? My prices are going up too. Prices are up all over the world.
Okay, since you said that, it's all over in China and everything global. Didn't he say he want to make America great again? Y'all wouldn't let him. Didn't he say that though?
Who wouldn't
He was
let him?
giving y'all.
You
He was
really
giving
believe that
y'all
man
a
was trying to make? He was trying to make Trump great.
Man, it's some bull crap.
I agree.
I'm just saying, man. I don't too much be, with the get down with you, man, 'cause you be extra, man. You really do. You be throwing that man off his square. You know he got that problem, whatever. And then he be going, then you just like Blakey used to mess with Sister Francis.
I just
and everything.
all I'm trying to do is understand. Just
Oh
like
man,
with you.
you
All I'm trying to do is
you
understand
annoying,
what you're
man.
saying.
Aggravating that man like that. Let him answer. I mean, get it out
He
at
won't
first. You know he
answer.
got to.
And what did any of that have to do with racism in Alabama?
He just jumped ship, man. But still, give him a chance to come back around. You ain't even get a man a chance.
But his
if you let him
point,
get his,
because his point was not about racism in Alabama. His point was to push Republicans and to push Trump. And if you want to push Republicans and you want to push Trump, that's fine. But people are going to push back. I'm not even telling you not to vote for Trump. Well, I'm telling you not to vote for Trump because I'm telling you not to vote at all. We've agreed that you won't vote at all. But if you want to push Trump, I'll push back. Just like if you want to push Biden, I'll push back.
But I'm just saying, black folks, as we stand, if it's today, they wouldn't go with Biden, man. They wouldn't. They wouldn't go with Biden for that mess he doing, man.
Remember, we got that bet, though, twin.
Man, I don't care about this stupid bet. I ain't worried about that bet, man.
Because you know you're going to lose.
What, that I won't vote?
No. The bet is, you said that Donald Trump is going to win the black vote in Chicago.
I think I can recall.
Yeah.
I think. I'm not for sure.
And it's not going to happen. This move to push black people to believe that all of these black people is going out to vote for Trump is sinister, if you ask me.
Well, we'll wait when we'll know November, wherever the election is. We'll know by November if he get elected. But as of now, if the vote was right now, the election was today, he would be up in office, man.
I don't know who's going to be in office. Look,
he gonna be in office.
I'm a believer that there's a really good chance that Donald Trump will win the presidency. I think that'll be horrible for the country, but I think there's a good chance that it'll happen. I don't think it's because Trump is great. I think it's in part because a lot of the people who support Trump are really stupid. I think it's...
Why you say they stupid?
Do you listen to them? Like, they're really stupid. Like, I mean, I don't mean like...
And you don't listen to the other people?
I don't mean like necessarily brainwashed. I mean like not intelligent people.
He about money, man. He ain't really no politician.
And a lot of them ain't got no money, and they rolling with it. They ain't got no money. He ain't getting them no money, and they still with him because he got money. Like, for some of them, that's the only reason that they with him. Well, he's rich, but what is he gonna do for you? Well, he's rich. That's stupid.
Only time will tell what he might do. Who knows?
Well, we kind of know because he was in office before.
Well, the only reason why he out of office because what happened on January 6th. Other than that,
no, that's not why he's out of office.
He ain't handled the corona right.
That is
so
not,
that's why.
Yeah, January 6th is not why he's out of office. He had already lost the election by then.
I'm saying if he would have handled that corona right and everything else, it'd have been all right. I didn't mean to say January 6th, but if he would have handled the corona right in the...
I'm not even sure that that's the case, but we'll never know.
Oh, he was stopping them, putting tariff on people, on them foreign countries, making them pay taxes. That's why.
He was doing all kind of nonsense and saying all kind of nonsense.
It is what it is. I really don't care. Like I say, I ain't no damn politician, man. Whatever happens, happens. So, but we ain't got to focus on the presidency. They better focus on this war about to take place. That's what they better focus on. How these kids go get a really good education and everything. I just was listening to Lincoln Ware earlier about this new superintendent, whatever they got coming in, or intern, whatever. Just say it's real sad, man. Real sad. All right, man, it's cold in here. It's freezing. I'm gonna hold you up, man.
All right.
But you need to stop doing that, man. Give Ron a chance, man.
Ron was on for 38 minutes. He had
Still,
more
man,
than a chance.
He was just making his point across, man.
If you can't
You
make
always
it in
tryna-
less than 38 minutes.
No, man, you be aggravating, man. As soon as you say something, well, Ron, you know that man go get ready and cuss, man. You already know that you be aggravating that man. You like a little Steve Urkel or somebody, man. You know how you get down, be aggravating that man. That's why he go off
All
like
I do
that.
is ask him, and I ask him really simple questions.
I know, but you know how he is, man. He got to jump ship. He don't stay on that ship all the time. He got to take flight somewhere else. You know how he is. But no, you want to aggravate the man. Here come the cussing then. I can bet money every time he calls.
I take no responsibility for his
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. That man mess around, God forbid, have a stroke or something on here, then what? Because of you. Built that man pressure up.
I would take no responsibility for that either.
Yeah, all right. All right. All right, thanks, man. I'll holler at you, man.
All right, 20. Nate.
I would like to rebut a few things said by our telephone twerker twins and by radicalized Ron, if you don't mind. First of all, I want to start with this. The prices are too high. I went shopping, grocery shopping, just the other day. I bought some milk. It was about $2 a gallon. I bought some bread. It was under $2 for a loaf. I bought some eggs. They was about $2.50 for a dozen extra large eggs. I bought some bacon. It was about, surprisingly, it was about $2.50 a pack. Basically, prices are not as out of control as these people want us to believe.
But hold on.
I believe he
hold on,
publicly
Nate.
works at Kroger.
Nate.
You want to know why prices is as high as they are?
Hold on.
You want to blame this?
He can't hear me?
How
Nate.
about Twin? Go talk to his supervisor, his manager, and the folks down at corporate Kroger. Because Kroger, I believe I read the other day, has something
I'm sorry,
like
I got to scream.
$16 billion
He can't
in
hear me.
profit.
He can't hear me at all.
It's the corporate gangsters who run the place that Twin works at that are causing these high prices. It's not Joe Biden. Joe Biden ain't down there saying, raise the price of tuna fish because we don't want the black people
he's just
to be
talking.
able to eat.
He can't hear me
we
at all.
want them to starve.
Nate!
In case something else is causing high food prices or higher than we like food prices.
Nate!
It's this thing called the war over there that Russia is waging against Ukraine. Because I know they don't want, we care about America. We care about what's going on in Cincinnati and in Ohio. Well, guess what? Most of the grain that's used for everything from bread to all kinds of other foods, it comes out of Ukraine. So when Russia, Trump's buddy, Vladimir Putin, declares war on Ukraine, guess what? We live in a global economy, and when they can't grow and harvest grains over there in Ukraine, it causes the prices of certain foods over here in America to go up. So we got corporate greed by Twins' employer, Kroger, and we've got, or Barney Kroger's, if you want to put the S on it, just to aggravate you.
Nate.
And then we've got the war in Ukraine. Now, they want to talk about all the good old days when Trump was in office, and I'm so glad you checked radicalized Ron on a few of these things. But Ron don't like to talk about all the good things that Biden has done. Like you said, I can acknowledge, even though unlike you, I don't call myself no independent. I I'm a proud Joe Biden supporter. And when people like Marquetta Denise say, well,
Nate.
Joe Biden, he's genocide Joe. He's no good for the Palestinians. I say compared to who?
Nate.
Compared to Donald Trump? If you want to say who would be better for the Palestinian people, Joe Biden or Donald Trump, I say anybody with good sense and even an elementary school education, knowledge of history will say Joe Biden is going to be better for the Palestinian people than Donald Trump, who has basically said they can kill them all for all I care. They can commit genocide on them. So inflation, corporate greed, these are the things that they don't want to talk about. Now, why? I was watching Fox News the other morning.
Oh boy. Nate.
And they came out. Yes,
Nate.
sir.
Okay. I've been screaming.
Your volume is very low.
Yeah, I've been screaming at the top of my lungs since the beginning of the call. I don't even remember what I was gonna say now. It's been so long. I don't remember what I was gonna say, but yeah, I don't. Go ahead.
So I was watching Fox News the other morning. Well, first of all, have you seen the pictures? They've been out here for some months, but people are just now paying attention to these pictures of the guy. They've gone from blacks for Trump to niggas for Trump. Have you seen that picture?
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, I don't know if it's a coincidence, but you know, our classmate Elliot Joseph Lewis. I hate to give you this news, but I believe he's been radicalized with Candace Owens and Charleston White. So I don't know if it's a coincidence, but Charleston White is out with a video, and he is arguing why it is not an insult for a white person to call you a nigger. And his theory or his thesis goes something like this. Back in the day, they would call black people boys. The only black people that they called niggers were the ones who didn't like being called boy, and they would puff up their chest. And that's when they would say, nigger. And so it's actually a compliment. If a white person calls you a nigger, that means you one of the tougher blacks. And it's like, are y'all for real? And the only way I saw the video, because I think Charleston White is a convicted felon. He's a criminal. He's a con man. He's all the things that Donald Trump and the Republicans like in a black conservative. He's just a moron. But they keep promoting Charleston White and sending these videos out. And so I say that because I was watching Fox News the other morning, and they had been ignoring the Donald Trump trial. They might say a few words about it, whereas MSNBC and CNN, they would have full coverage. You know, this is a historic trial. We're going to give you, some blow by blow, and we're going to be having reporters reporting straight from the courthouse, and we're going to tell you, what. So Fox, I noticed, was really downplaying this trial. They didn't want their viewers to really know what was going on while the prosecution was scoring points. Then when they got that guy on there, I forget what the attorney's name is.
Yeah,
who they thought was scoring points for Trump. Then they stopped covering all the other stuff and started talking about the trial. And it's like they don't even do this no more, say we're fair and balanced. And so there is a concerted effort to, you said it, but I just want to say it in my own words and emphasize it. There is a concerted effort to get black people to think that there's this major movement in black America to go towards voting for Trump and to go away from Biden and all the Democrats like Sherrod Brown here in Ohio. And so the guy, I think he kind of slipped up and said, well, you know, the top 3 issues in America, according to all these various polls, is number 1 is abortion, which Fox News don't talk too much about. Number 2, according to them, it was the economy and inflation. And number 3, it was immigration and the southern border. Now, I don't know if you would agree with me, but they have worked really hard on Fox News and in conservative media to get people to talking about immigration, you know, immigrants. Anytime you start losing an argument, all you got to do is just call out immigrant or immigration or something like that. And so they have been successful in getting immigration and the southern border all the way up to number 3. And they've been real good at getting the economy. They don't want to talk about unemployment because that's good signs in the economy. They don't want to talk about the stock market going over 40,000 because that's good signs of the economy.
That's bad.
They don't want to talk about that's bad according to them.
Yeah.
I did hear some people say that.
Yeah, it's good. The stock market going up is bad now. But if Mr. Trump takes office and it shoots up, it'll be great.
Right. Matter of fact, I think I heard Joe Buddy, who you brought to the black community, gave him a little of your shine. The king and I think I heard him trying to argue that somehow the stock market reaching all-time highs was bad for America and bad for black people. It's ridiculous.
I didn't hear that.
So, yeah. But so, my point is, race is an issue. So when you start talking about racism in Alabama, then Ron sort of feels like, hey, number 1, I got to do like Charleston White. I got to try to diffuse this. And then number 2, I got to get him to talking about one of the issues that we think helps Trump, which is how terrible America is under Biden, and how bad the economy is, and how immigrants have just taken over our cities. You can't walk outside your door without some brown-skinned Mexican staring at your wife or your daughter. And we don't know. We're not saying they all are bad, but some of them hombres are rapists, and some of them are bringing fentanyl, and they slapping it on your kids and taking it to their school. Basically, you would hope that people can see through what they're doing, but I think it's worthwhile that we sometimes stop and explain this is what they're doing. They're trying to take every conversation and turn it around to immigration, inflation, and away from racism. In fact, if we're going to talk about racism, we're going to say stuff like being called a nigger by somebody white is a badge of honor, not fighting words as they used to define it. So since I can't hear you, I'm going to just relinquish the phone, and thanks for this honor.
All right. That was Nate. He couldn't hear me. I don't know what happened. He couldn't hear me. But yeah, no, I mean, there's clearly a move. There's clearly a move to, and it's smart. It's smart if you're a Trump guy or a Trump girl. It is smart to try to siphon off as much black vote as you can. Because one of their new tricks, it's not new, it's been happening for a minute. One of their new tricks is, I'm not trying to get you to vote for Donald Trump. As a matter of fact, I think a lot of black people just gonna stay home. They just gonna stay home. So the move is, if we can't win the votes, then maybe we can stop the votes. And not stop them like stand at the front of the election places with guns or nothing, but stop them by convincing people. Number one, Democrats are bad. Number two, don't vote for them. Don't on the Democratic plantation and just you ain't got to vote Republican, but you shouldn't vote Democrat. That's one of the moves. And well, I'm not advocating for Donald Trump. I just think black people shouldn't vote Republican. Shouldn't vote Democrat. And what is it that they say? Not if you no vote for this person is a vote for that person, being whoever it is that you don't want in office. But we're not supposed to be smart enough to see that. We're not supposed to be. And again, I want to be super clear about this. I don't care who you vote for. I don't care who you vote for. I'm a believer that the person who it's not really the most votes in terms of the popular vote for the whole nation, but the person who gets, like here in Ohio, the one who gets the most votes, that's the person who should win those electoral votes. And the person who wins, because it's the system that we have, the person who wins the electoral college is the person who should be the president. Because we don't do a most popular vote wins. The person who wins should win. It sounds crazy to say it that way, but I think y'all understand what I'm saying. And if I'm going to use Twin as the example. If Twin wants to go and vote for Donald Trump, I think he should go vote for Donald Trump. Because his voice should be heard. And if more people, in the strategic spots vote for that guy, that's who should win. I don't have a problem with the system. I don't like the system as it's set up. I think it should be the popular vote. But we got the system we got. But I don't understand encouraging people, even though I did it, but I did it kind of because the man said he don't want to vote. When I encourage Twin to not vote, I'm encouraging him to not vote because you also got the right to not vote. But I don't understand the idea of encouraging people who would otherwise go out and vote. If you're not voting for the guy that I want you to vote for, don't vote. I don't understand that. I do. It's strategic. But it's not right as far as I'm concerned. And we know a lot of people are gullible. A lot of people fall for stuff. Again, if you're well-spoken enough and you say it right, or you say it with the right amount of passion, or you say, you know what I'm saying? People will roll with you. That's right, the Democratic Party ain't did nothing for us. I'm not going to vote. When the whole time, look, I'm not a Democrat. Hold on a second, Keith. I'm not a Democrat. But I think I paid just enough attention to realize that some of the things that help some of the people, Democrats tend to be for them. Republicans tend to fight against them. That's just the way it kind of fall down, the way it kind of come down. So I'm like, I hear people say, you got to vote your own interests. You got to vote your own interests. But they're telling you, you've been voting for these interests for a long time. It ain't happened. But they don't tell you, but these people have been fighting against you getting that for a long time. Now, come on, y'all know, Ron, you can say this, what's a lie, all you want to. But who's been fighting against the Affordable Care Act? Who fighting against student loan forgiveness? Those same people didn't fight against PPP loan forgiveness. It's a different loan. It's still a loan. They don't want to give relief to some people, but they want to give relief to other people. They don't want to help some people, but they want to help other people. That's just the truth. But if you don't feel that way, then vote the other way. But I'm not sitting here talking about, hey. Look, if you're thinking about voting Republican, then what about just don't vote? I think that's kind of irresponsible. But it's the move that's being played, and a lot of people falling for it. Key.
Hey, what's going on, Emanuel? How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you? Long time no hear.
Yeah, you had to get it out, huh?
I had to
because all the other callers weren't letting you talk, so you had to get it in, huh?
Yeah, they be bullying me, Key.
Oh, my goodness. I was like, oh, man, I got to call in and lighten the mood a little bit. So what's new with you? Did you make all them shirts you said you had to make the other day?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Did you show them or you ain't showing them?
No, I didn't show them.
Just making them for other people?
Yeah. They not necessarily my shirts. It's typically small orders where someone has come to me and said, I need a few shirts for this. I need a few shirts for that. How much? And, whatever.
Oh, okay. Okay, and they pay you in ginger snaps.
Well, lately they've been paying me in Fruity Pebbles because the little baby is a Fruity Pebble head. And so, you know what I'm saying? I got to keep my supply up.
Hey, Mikey TG. Yeah, so, I ain't want to just call and say, hey, but I did just see on the news that lady, that older lady that robbed the bank up in Butler County, I think they trying to get her, evaluated, trying to say something mentally wrong with her.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Hey, Tria. Yeah, hey, Brent. Yeah, because I came in on the end of the story, so I missed some of the, I think she supposedly was online and got tricked by some guy online and was robbing the bank to send the money to him. I think that's what they was trying to say. So they trying to evaluate her. Hey, LaDonna. So they trying to evaluate her or whatever. But I'm like, people be getting scammed like that all the time by sending older people be sending money to people.
Look,
and they don't ever say they need to get evaluated. You think they trying to get her out of it?
Well, probably. I don't like to see older people get scammed. But I mean, it's one of those things where you gotta be responsible for your actions.
Yeah.
I see the story now. 74-year-old Hamilton woman indicted by a grand jury. She's accused of robbing a credit union.
That's all they say.
That was just a story that pulled up in the Hamilton Journal News.
Hey, Esteban.
But that's all the information that I have.
Oh, okay. Okay. All righty. Well, you got any plans for this weekend?
I don't know. If Mrs. Livingston want to go to the Taste of Cincinnati, we'll do that, I guess.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, no, not really. I think I'll have the little baby this weekend, so we'll do something because this is her last weekend before she goes away.
Yeah, you said she was going with family to Texas. How long is she gonna be gone for?
3 months.
The whole summer?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That'll do it. What you gonna do with yourself?
Enjoy those 3 months.
Yeah, right. Who you gonna be having to call you grandfather now?
Nobody.
Supposedly. I don't think she call you grandfather.
She does. But nobody. Look, I enjoy being around the little baby. She fills my heart with joy. But right. I also enjoy when she not here too, because I'm a grown man and just hanging out with little baby ain't necessarily the main thing on my agenda. I have a lot of stuff that I do. But I love hanging out with the little baby. I love it. I love this time. getting the opportunity to spend this kind of time with her. I love it. But I also like it when she with her mama.
You a hot mess. Uh-huh. Well, all right. I was just calling to say hey, and like I say, just lighten the mood up. I see, we got some haters in the chat saying all kind of crazy stuff, but it's cool. It's cool. Or whatever. Like I said, when I called, I already said this in the beginning, so I guess apparently whoever been making the comments or whatever referring to different kind of stuff must ain't here. I called to be goofy and silly because life is already stressful and hard and negative out here or whatever. So when I call to crack on Emmanuel be cracking on me, and we be
Never.
silly. Yes, you do.
Key, I was looking for you.
You might saw me because I was on your page. I might be in your people you might know.
Well, no. I mean, I was looking for you at the block party. I don't know why I thought you were gonna show up to the black party and say hi.
Oh no. What was I doing? I think I was doing something. But no, you talking about that Rose line?
Yeah.
No.
A couple people stopped by and asked me about you.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, who asked you about me?
I don't want to say no names.
Well, if it's people that's not been nice to me in the chat, I don't know what they asked about me.
I'm not even sure that they are people who are in the chat. Just it was a few people who listened to the broadcast, and they were like, hey, did Key stop by? Did you finally get a chance to meet her? Blah blah blah. Hey, did Twin stop by? Did you, And I'm like, I met Twin before, but So yeah, just a few people asked about you.
Oh, okay. Well, if they cool people that be nice to me in the chat or whatever, and like when I call and say I make them laugh, then cool. But if they wouldn't, I don't know what they asking about me for.
And so you are now on Facebook.
No, remember I told you I already got a page. Remember I told you I got a page, but I don't really be on there. You know how like when you first had to sign up a long time ago, that's the only way you can be like view your friends' pictures and stuff like that.
Oh no, I thought you said that you did not have a
No,
page.
I said I got one, but I don't be on there like that. And then I also say with the comments when I first was calling you, the comments that we was getting in the chat with some weirdos and some creeps, and they were saying inappropriate stuff. So I definitely ain't telling them about the name, the page. I said I'll tell you, but
you never told
private,
me.
But, yeah, I said I'll tell you on private. And remember, you were saying like you got to go on because I was saying like something about it was locked or something to where I can't even get in there. And you was like, well, go on your computer and then you can message me through there. But that was a long time ago.
Oh.
When we first started talking about it.
Well, you got to give me that. I need to get people a report.
Oh, please, Emmanuel.
I do.
Oh, please.
I need to give them a report. I need to be able to tell them, like, yeah, she banging, or, whatever.
Or she a dog.
I would never say that. No such thing. No such thing.
What would you say? Be like, nah, she ain't bad like he said. She the other way. Dang it, man, you'd do me like that?
No, I just wouldn't say you was banging.
Then they would assume like she's a wolf.
But they wouldn't even know. They wouldn't even know that I saw you.
No, these people in the chat, they make up their own decisions.
No, I'm saying they wouldn't know that I saw you. Like if say you came on Saturday to the thing and said hi, and I'd have looked at you and I'd have been like, okay, if you was banging, I'd have came on, I'd have been like, all right, I met Key, y'all Key banging, like, yeah, like she banging.
What is the fascination with Key though? What's the fascination with her being banging or not? Why not just Key is just cool like she is when she calls? You don't be saying it about other people.
Let me get it out. Let me get it out.
Get it out.
If I would have met you on Saturday and you came over and you was definitely not banging, I would have just not said anything.
But what I'm trying to say is, what is the fascination with what Key looked like, and then it ain't no fascination with nobody else you done seen. Like, you don't say anybody else you done ran into, like, oh, I met such and such, and they just as pretty as they picture. Why Key got to get all this backlash? Because if I don't live up to y'all standards or whatever that is or whatever, y'all still ain't gonna like think Key cool when she call.
Well, now I think you cool, but I heard somebody else say that Key was banging, and so when you put it out there,
They just
then
said that to hype y'all up.
then
To try
people
to
want to
sell,
know.
like I say, they just wanted me to get my likes up on the platform. I guess they were just messing with you.
C Breeze say you didn't say if Twin was banging. Twin's a dude. He looked like a dude. That's all I know. Dudes just look like dudes. They just look like dudes.
I know, Raven. I already know. Raven, I was on your page too. I might came up in your people. You might
Don't
know.
be. I know Raven. Raven is a hater. Raven is a hater.
Nah, 'cause you know how some people is. They be like, she ain't nothing like y'all saying. She's such and such and such and such. You know how people be. Even if I was all that in a bag of chips, somebody be like, I don't know what y'all talking about. She is not. You know how people is.
No, it
So
wouldn't matter. Key,
why y'all put that on me like that?
Key, the truth of the matter is, I've met some.
But didn't we say? Wait a minute, real quick, man. Didn't we say we already had established? I look like I'm built just like Emmanuel. So just picture me, a little bit taller than Emmanuel, built like Emmanuel, chest bigger than Emmanuel, bottom heavy. I thought we already established that. So what's the mystery now for?
Well,
still,
Key, here's the truth. I've met a lot of people through the radio. You know, people run up on me and whatnot, even in the store, all the time. It happens all the time. And I don't come back and report their physical appearance to people. I just, might say I met them or whatever. So I really, no matter what you look like, and some of them that I done met is banging, but some of them ain't. But I don't say it one way or the other because it's not all that important. So I'm just kind of teasing with you. But Raven hating, talking about stay anonymous. That's some hater stuff,
right?
Raven.
Because she already know. She already know. Because Raven already know. They be hating on her heavy.
They do be
or
hating
whatever.
on Raven.
And
That's
they see Raven or whatever,
they
and they know she's a pretty girl, and they be just hating on her, making it seem like she ain't or whatever. And she put herself out there and was vulnerable or whatever, and then people took that to the 10th degree, and now they trying to say all different kind of crazy stuff, but
they do be hating on her. I can't say that they don't, but they hate on even the people who have no idea what she looked like. Be hating on her.
Right.
But I think there's some encouragement of hating on her by some people. I'm not saying no names.
You a hot mess. Well, all right, I'm going ahead and get off the phone. Let somebody else call in.
Well, ain't nobody else calling in. I'm about to get out of here.
Okay, well, Jason said, I said Coke bottle. That was his niece that said Coke bottle, and I said 2 liter. If you read between the lines, I made a joke. I said, yeah, 2 liter.
Key, I appreciate your call.
All right, I appreciate you. Everybody have a good one in the chat. All right, I'll talk to you when I talk to you, man. You be safe.
Right, Key.
All right.
Shahara, she bringing up old stuff. And I'm still I have I guess PTSD about that. Talking about I seen you in person before when you were on that panel and got booed. I still have PTSD about that. That was fun. No, for real. That was fun. I enjoyed that panel. And again, y'all know the story, the way that all turned out. I got banned from the panel. Why do I be getting banned from stuff? Why do I be getting banned from stuff? I just tell the truth. Or at least the truth as I see it. But I think I was spitting knowledge on that panel. People if they would have been listening to me, every woman in there would be happily, or every woman in there who wanted to, would be happily married, which I think is all of them. When women talk about they don't want to be They don't want to be married. They don't need no man. They don't want no man, all of that kind of nonsense. I think what they really saying is, I've come to grips with the fact that I'm probably not going to get a man. And since it's something that I'm probably not going to get, it's something that I don't want. Seabreeze was there too. And Shahara says, it be your delivery. It can turn people off, and it definitely did that day. I was being polite. I was on my best behavior. That I just was saying the stuff that I could have did what the other guys on the panel did and said what women wanted to hear. You a queen. You know what I'm saying? All of that kind of stuff. But again, like I said, at the thing, how would that help anybody? How would that help you? Me just telling you that you're right doesn't help you. And I remember what I got booed for. That lady talking about, she could be I don't remember the exact wording, but basically she could be the man and the woman in the relationship or whatever. And I'm like, you can't be no man. You know what I'm saying? You're not the man in a relationship. A woman in a relationship can never be the man in a relationship. You always be the woman in the relationship. I think I even called her like a beautiful queen or some nonsense like that. Play the video. Hold on, let me see if I can find that video. If I can find that video. It's on there. I sent some people to it not too long ago. Let's see what's gonna come up. Oh, that's gonna be hard to find because it's a lot of new stuff. Like, I was being real nice and real polite. All right, that's that one. Oh, wait a minute. I think I found them. There's two videos. One of them is 5 minutes and one of them is 30 seconds. Okay, hold on.
No offense, but if you still...
Hold on. I might be able to grab these real quick. I'm supposed to be outside in the yard doing stuff. Whatever, get off of there. It's not converting it. Wow, I've never seen that. Oh, wait a minute, there it is. It's converting. And that's that one. Let me grab it.
That I disagree with. I don't think a woman can.
Grab this one. Hold on, I'm trying to get them for y'all. It's converting them super slow. Nat says, when it comes to relationship advice, let's have a panel of people who have been in long-term relationships. The real experts. Those are not the real experts. There are no experts. Because a lot of people been in long relationships that have been terrible, unfruitful relationships. People go through all kind of stuff in relationships. And, sometimes it's not all that good. But then they can tell you, oh, I've been with this person for 50 years. But if you really dig down in there, it's been 46 years of hell. If you put all the good times together, you could probably pack together a good 4 years. I talked to one of the guys who was on the panel with you. He said he couldn't believe you had the gall to say that in a room full of black women. I just call it like I see it. I just call it like I see it. I don't know, it's at 86%. I might be able to pull it up real quick. I haven't watched this in so long. Okay. Let's see. Download it. Download it right there. Save it. I'm just going to assume that this is where I got booed. I'm pretty sure that it is. Local video. Open. Okay. Well, let's see. Pulled it up.
Because I'm not here, listen, baby. We here to answer questions that people understand, but me and I'm not here to women giving up and the truth of it. See, now this is a matter of, so let me be real, because see, it would be easy for me to abort. It would be easy for me to abort. But if I abort, what happens is you don't understand what some men think. And then you go out, you hear what another woman say, and it sounds good to you, and it strengthens you, and that's great. This is women's empowerment, and you should be empowered. But then you walk out of here thinking, what do men think? Because you didn't hear it, because you couldn't receive it, because it didn't agree with what the sister said. And I'm not here to take it out right. I'm just here to tell you that there's a certain segment of men that believe certain things that don't line up with what the beautiful sister said. I didn't say she was wrong. I just said I disagree with a couple of her points. Do I have that right? Or
okay, good question. What was the one major thing that you disagreed with?
I tell you, the part that I disagreed with, the main point that I disagreed with, is that a woman can put on her pants and be a man too. And once we begin to believe that a woman can step up and be a man, because I hear this a lot. Even, when Father's Day rolled around, happy Father's Day to all of the single mothers. No, you was not a father. You might have played a fatherly role, but you was not a father. You are not a man. We are not allowed to step into our roles.
Wait a minute. See, I think when it comes to Father's Day, I think if the father's not there, women take on the role of being a man. I agree. I can understand that. Ladies, if you guys have something to say, we have a microphone right there. I know a lot of y'all have, there's a microphone that you can line up, and we will hear you out. I think what he's trying to say is that we can agree to disagree, and we can move on. That's all. Yes, it's a very good point. I believe we personally believe that women are strong, but I believe that women can take advantage of that strength. Yes, women can be stronger than men. To have a baby is something that we've never went through. That it takes a strong. Women are strong. Mothers strong. So I know women can be stronger than men in certain ways. But we are different than a man. Women are women. But what she did say that made a lot of sense is that we have to come together as one. All right, we have to communicate. We got to find common goals that we believe together to make a relationship work. And that's why we're here today. Okay? So we're going to move on. We're going to move on right now. The next question. Do men ever need closure? Yes. Do men ever need closure? Yes.
I was just listening.
Men do need closure.
All right. So that was it. That was it. Pretty much. And no, I don't know why Benzino was the moderator. I have no idea why Benzino was the moderator. Oh, hold on a second. Let me take that off. What's happening? Okay, there we go. I have no idea why Benzino was the moderator. I think he was on some show. He was a celebrity, so they wanted to bring in a celebrity to be the moderator. But I don't know why. I don't know why. Was that Ivy? Yes, he was on the panel, and he was one of the ones. That's why I was talking about aborting, because when I started talking, the fellas was all like, abort, abort, abort. Like, don't say that. Don't say that. They won't like that. And of course, I'm like, what are we not here to just say what they like. Like the panel was, what do men want, or what do men think, or something like that. So you're not on a panel about what men want or what men think to say what women want to hear. That's the way I viewed it. So yeah, I was just gonna say it the way I felt it. But yeah, he was on there. I don't remember everybody else who was on there. I don't remember everybody who was on there. But yeah, they wanted me to abort. Abort, abort, abort. I say, no, I can't abort. And somebody asked, did I get a walk to my car? I didn't. I got cussed out a couple times on the way to the car. But that was just from people who had kind of went out. But mostly everybody that was there stayed, because the next person that came on was Big Bird. Crazy Big Bird. She was the next person who came on. And she took some shots at me. And somebody told me about it. So that was that. So yeah, most of the people stayed there to hear what Big Bird had to say, which was probably much of nothing. Nobody got empowered by what Big Bird goofy ass had to say. All right, y'all. I think that's about it. But that wasn't the real boo part. Jerica says, where's that footage? I just pulled that up on YouTube. That was just footage on YouTube. Hold on, let me see. Because the part where I really got booed, hold on, which started that piece, because that was a little more tame. Let me see if I can grab this one. This was only like 30 seconds, but it was where I started the conversation and got booed. Let me see if this will download that one. I don't think Big Bird is on there. It cuts off. I'm sorry, Jerica. I'm answering Jerica here. With Tracy Ellis Ross, please post the link. No, it cuts off before Big Bird came on the stage. Big Bird came on stage after we did and had some stuff to say. Let me see. Hold on. Save that. Come over here. Yeah, I know I'm a one-man show here. I stole that from Wyatt. He says that a lot. It's true. You're a one-man show when you're doing this stuff. Okay, this is the 30 seconds where I think I actually got booed.
Things that I disagree with, I don't think a woman can ever be a man, but that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they booed me. Oh, yeah, they booed me. It's still funny to me when I watch it back because I remember it like it was yesterday. Oh, that was fun. And yeah, but then the next year, they didn't let me be on the panel. No, wait a minute. The next year, they said I couldn't. P&G actually said that I couldn't be on the panel. They asked, well, I wasn't there. I was told that they asked Jerry Tolliver, who was that guy on the panel last year who caused all the stir? We don't want him back on the panel. And so P&G wanted to get me booted off the panel, but Jerry put me on the panel anyway. And I remember asking the people before I spoke the first time, the second year, like, do y'all want me to say what y'all want to hear, or do y'all want to hear the truth? And when they said they wanted to hear the truth, I gave them the truth. And I believe I mentioned that there were some people, maybe some sponsors, that didn't want me here because they didn't want y'all to hear the truth. And that was the last time I was allowed on the panel at the women's empowerment. And I remember that next year. I was in there. It was at Centos Center on the campus of Xavier University. And the panel was up there doing their thing. And it was just, because they was just saying what people wanted to hear. And people was like, you need to get up there. Like, you need to get up there. I was like, no, I'm not allowed. Sorry. Just the way it is. And then next year, same thing. Like, no, I'm not allowed to go up there. The sponsors don't want me up there, so I'm not up there. And they were exceptionally boring panels because it was just people saying what people wanted to hear. And nobody really wants that. Nobody really wants that. Let's see. The sponsors spend money. They don't want anybody down talking. They're proud of. Not sure what that mean. Yeah, the P&G got wind of it and made sure to not have you back. Yes, they did. And I'm all right with it. Hold on. Damn, E, you've been married for a minute. Don't you know to say, of course your butt doesn't look big, babe? Well, I definitely don't know not to say that, because Mrs. Livingston, and I like them, so. Let me see. Do they still do it? I'm pretty sure they don't still do it. But yeah, no, that was it. I was just, if you put me on a panel and you ask me to tell the truth, and whoever spelled it wrong, Nat Tunner, he want to know what was the truth. You spelled it wrong. I can't tell you how to spell it, but it ends with an E. But if you put me on a panel and you want me to tell the truth, I'm going to tell the truth if I see it. The truth is I see it. And that's all I did. All right. And yeah, Shahara brought that up. And now I'm re-traumatized. After watching it again, I am re-traumatized. I want y'all to get out, enjoy the rest of y'all day. I got to go out in the yard and do some stuff. Oh, by the way, my grass is green now. Remember I was telling y'all earlier on, like mid-March, the grass was brown. It's green now. This grass is some crazy grass. I want to dig it up so bad. This grass is some crazy grass. Like it goes, I guess they call it goes dormant for the winter. So it just turns brown. Don't go away. It just turns brown, and then it stays brown probably till, end of April, and then boom, it's green. So we green now. We got green grass now. Nat says, I meant, you still spelled it wrong though, bro. I'm going to help you out this one time. T-R-U-F-E. Truth. Truth. Or, alternative spelling, T-R-O-O-F. Truth. But it's not truff. It's not truff. Y'all get out. Enjoy the rest of y'all evening. I hope everyone has an amazing evening. All right? If you are out and about today, do me one favor. Be the reason that somebody smiles. Till next time.
Things that I disagree with. I don't think a woman can ever be a man, but that's okay. And if you see, I can disagree with it.